Hey everyone, my name is Brad, vlogging the name Investing Doc. Welcome back. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the 2-year penalty and how that affects you as a business owner, if you are a business owner, or if you're thinking of becoming a business owner in the future. So let's figure out exactly what is the 2-year penalty and what the heck am I even referring to. My wife and I now have 2 kids, and we live in a pretty small house, about 1,400 square feet. We thought it'd be great to buy a centrally located house, walking to bars, walking to restaurants. Well, during the pandemic, and now with 2 kids, we're not going to any bars or restaurants. So, seems like everyone else is looking for a house just like us. The 2-year penalty that I'm talking about refers to banks looking at your financial tax returns for the past 2 years that you've submitted to qualify you for any loan. Now, you might think that you only need this for your business account, but you'd be totally wrong. That is not the case at all. It also completely applies to your personal returns. For a lot of business owners, the 2-year penalty is more like the 2.5-year penalty. So what I mean by that is, let's take this year, for example. It's currently 2022. The business tax returns, if you're filing in as an S-Corp, those are due, I believe, March 15th. Pretty much no business files a tax return on March 15th that files as an S-Corp. You almost always file as an extension. Think about it this way. When you're an employee and you get your W-2 in the mail, they have to be mailed out by January 31st of that tax year. The companies that mail your business the 1099s or the tax return on how much they paid your business, those have to be mailed out by January 31st also. Let's say it takes another week to get it to your office if they're shipping it across the nation. Well, then here you are, you're at the second week of February, and you have basically 5 weeks to get all that stuff together, get it to your accountant, and file your taxes for your S-Corp. There's almost no accountant that has the bandwidth to do every business tax returns in 5 weeks. So it's become the normal to file an extension. That extension usually gets you to around the summertime, maybe even later in the year because of some special circumstances. This last year, I think I filed my taxes for 2021 in October for 2020. So that's how delayed things could have gotten and did get for us last year. Let's say you own a practice, you just started that practice, and you wanted to buy a new house. The bank is going to look at your previous 2 years of tax returns. And when I say the last 2.5-year possible penalty here for the taxes is if you file that extension, you don't file to mid-2022, my taxes are probably not going to be done for 2021 until summertime of 2022. For right now, I'm trying to buy a house right now. So what are my banks going after? They're going after my 2019 and my 2020 taxes because they don't have my 2021 taxes yet. So you might be wondering, who cares, right? Why does this even matter to me? Well, it matters if you started a new business and your business is growing. We've been growing at least 100% year over year. So when you look at my 2019 tax returns compared to today, it's honestly like 2 different companies completely. We've literally, I think, 3 or 4x'd our income between then and now. It has definitely been interesting talking to banks and showing them our previous returns and kind of where we're at because it looks like 2 different businesses. There's one big factor that I just found out about, which really shocked me. I called it the sellout surprise. What is the sellout surprise? Well, even though you filed your taxes, or even though I filed my taxes for 2019 and 2020 as a sole owner of the business, now that I have an employee that is eligible to buy into partnership in the business, this opened a can of worms that I honestly didn't think or foresee coming. There's 2 different buckets of income for businesses. You have your W-2 income and you have your distribution income. Think if you own a stock, you take distributions on that whenever the company has excess money and they pay out as dividends. So think of these distributions as basically dividends for owning the company. The benefit to the dividends is that you actually can skip part of those taxes because you don't necessarily have to pay the W-2 income on that, which is beyond the scope of this video, but just know that it saves you some degree of taxes. So a lot of business owners will usually try to pay themselves half income, half dividends. That's how really rich people like Warren Buffett pay such ridiculously low taxes because they're not making their income as W-2 income. They're making it off of dividends, distributions, and other income, which don't have the same taxes compared to just straight W-2 income. Selling a portion of the business had an unintended consequence that I honestly didn't even see coming. Let's just say that I give away 50% of the business just to make the numbers even. And let's say that I had $100,000 in distributions in 2019 and 2020, the 2 tax years that are already done and that were submitted to my bank. Well, I was 100% owner then, but now if I sold out that 50% share and I try to go get a personal loan, The bank is going to take that $100,000 per year and they're going to add it together, $200,000 divided by 24 to get an average monthly rate of return for the business. And they're going to use that to look forward. The catch is that they use the current ownership to estimate what your distributions are going forward. They don't care that the physician employee who is now a partner, their pay completely switches. Even if I give them the contract, that it switches over to an eat what you kill, or basically they'll make money just like I make money with distributions and other things, rather than just getting a straight W-2 salary. Bank doesn't care about that. They're not going to say or care that the distributions are going to probably double because obviously there's another partner here now. They're going to take that $200,000 over a 2-year period, 24 months. They're going to then divide that to find the monthly average income, to find my monthly average income, and they're going to multiply that times the percent I own in the company. So essentially, my income has dropped significantly once I sell a portion of the business to the other individual. So keep that in mind if you're going to buy a property and you're selling out a portion of your business. If it all aligns at the same time, you're going to really screw yourself. And especially if you're really small and you sell out a significant portion of your business, you're really going to screw yourself. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know this one's a little bit shorter, but I really just wanted to say that there was a huge sellout surprise as we continue to look for houses. Consider following along. We're trying to find a house right now. We went this weekend. We got outbid on a house that was on the market 24 hours. And literally, there were 3 all-cash offers, at least 20% over ask. So the market is nuts, and we'll see how things go. Hope y'all have a nice day.